So I'm headed to Vidcon this week, by which I mean tomorrow. Is the sound my anxiety makes. This year at Vidcon, I have a to-do list a mile long of all of the things I want to do and the people I want to see and the things I need to learn and the answers I need to find, and most importantly, perhaps, the people I need to network with.
But here's the thing. I'm kind of an introvert, you guys.
Being an introvert means that I'm notoriously terrible at the kind of networking that events like Vidcon require. I am so much more comfortable talking to a room full of hundreds of people or doing videos on YouTube where pretty much anyone in the world can see than I am having a one-on-one conversation with someone I don't know. And in fact, sometimes it's so scary for me that I just don't do it, even when I know I should or I need to. Part of it is about control, I think, because in a presentation or here on YouTube, I have control over what I share and how I share it. But the uncertainty of a back and forth interaction can sometimes be paralyzing. And I think that's because I only have control over half of the interaction, and the idea of having to respond eloquently to something that somebody says at the spur of a moment is just hard, you guys. So in an effort to prepare myself for Vidcon, I thought I would make a video about some of the networking tips that I've found helpful as an introvert. 1. Find your mental happy place. This can be something that makes you feel confident or self-assured or even just comfortable. Maybe it's thinking about that courageous character in the book that you admire, or thinking about the time you did something really awesome and felt really fulfilled, or maybe it's thinking about that cozy place that you like to curl up and watch movies. Whatever makes you feel comfortable and grounded. 2. Prepare questions ahead of time. I think for introverts, one of the worst things is small talk. And when you get a couple of introverts together, it just compounds upon itself and gets really awkward really fast. And, of course, Vidcon is nothing if not full of introverts. So one trick I learned from a colleague is to prepare 2 or 3 questions ahead of time that you can ask pretty much anyone to get the conversation going. It can be something like, do you have any fun summer vacation plans? Or what's one of the coolest things you've done recently? Or, to borrow Hank Green's favorite, what's your favorite bridge? 3. Make it about them, not about you. For this, I put on my qualitative researcher hat. I ask my couple of prepared questions, and then I listen for things that I find especially interesting that I can ask a follow-up question about. Usually you can get people to talk about themselves and their interests pretty easily, and it takes the burden off of you of having to say interesting things all the time. Bonus! 4. Share your passion too, but not in a pushing your agenda kind of way. Remember that networking is about human connection, and so pushing your agenda is always going to come off as a little bit creepy. So instead of, oh, you're the head of YouTube? Here's my channel, will you please, oh please go watch it? Go with something like, wow, your job sounds really incredible. I'm also really passionate about online video, and I've been a creator on YouTube for several years now. And I love the sense of community that YouTube builds. Something like that should, at least in theory, get them to ask you about your channel and the types of videos that you make. Now the worst part is when you put in all of this work and you're saying all the right things and the person you're talking to just isn't reciprocating. And this happens more often than we would like. And it's part of what can make networking so painful, but it can also teach you some things. Maybe this person is just as uncomfortable as you are, or maybe their mind is somewhere else, or they're having a bad day, or they're just a self-absorbed jerk who genuinely doesn't care about other people. I've met all kinds. But take what you can from the interaction and learn how to apply it the next time. It's how you get better at networking. As for me, I'm getting better with age and with practice, but sometimes it's just rough. So if you're struggling with introvert networking at Vidcon, you are not alone. And come say hi! Those are some of my tips for networking as an introvert. But what about you? What strategies do you use when you're having to talk to somebody new? Share it below in comments. And if you like what you saw, give this video a thumbs up and consider sharing it with others because that helps me out so very much. And as always, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. All right, I'm gonna go pack now because I leave in less than 24 hours.